And since we are in Auckland, we are going to take advantage of the big Costco. Ooh, she's Bodhi.
Oh my gosh, it feels so big. You want to go to Hobbiton?
So they added these 5 Hobbit holes in, and they got a full 7 seconds in the movie. It's really as pretty as it is on Instagram. Davis, why is your face covered? I was warned that it smelled like sulfur here.
But she didn't warn me before I actually booked the room, because we could have booked the room over about an hour away on a lake that was probably going to be not like this.
So I just found out our hotel has this beautiful view of Lake Rotorua. That's probably one of the stinkiest places to stay. We're getting ready to do the nighttime Redwood tree walk.
Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way. We got what it takes. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Good morning. We made it back to Auckland last night, and Rob went and picked up our rental car this morning. And since we are in Auckland, we are going to take advantage of the big Costco that is here in Auckland. So we've rented a car. We're going to run to Costco, do a big provision because we're hoping to leave here in the next like 6 to 8 weeks, and then drive back to Whangarei to the boat to drop that stuff off. Wow, so I found the Costco steaks we used to get. They're 107 here, so it's like almost half that, so $50. So the key with buying meat to freeze is we're trying to find kind of thinner things that we can really flat pack and fit in our Dometic freezer. So usually we're getting hamburger, thinner pork chops, like that kind of thing. We're trying to get a variety so we don't have tons of hamburger and pork. But we'll probably get lunch meat to freeze, and then I think they have a little bit more chicken today. Chicken just doesn't seem to flat freeze as well. So they have Skippy, but no Jif. They've got your Kirkland almond butter, your Kirkland blue agave. So there's quite a bit of familiar stuff. Big old thing are your New Zealand honey. And I found my Kodiak protein pancakes. No supermarket has had these. Is that grits?
No, I think it's oatmeal.
That does not look, oh, maybe it is oatmeal. So each country you go into, you just have to find what they call what you're looking for. And if you can find this butter in a can, we started seeing it in French Polynesia, amazing for the boat. You just throw it in a bilge and keeps forever.
Love it.
And this chicken in a can is the best thing for boat life. It's actually good. You can mix it with buffalo sauce, really versatile, and keeps for a long time.
It does.
We love that, but we found out these tuna cans look like the size of like that you would feed a cat. So this is our haul for today. Not huge. Rob's just afraid we're not going to have room with that new smaller freezer, but we still have our Dometic, so.
And I mean, with the pack and save right there by the boat, I mean, the meat's pretty good price over there too, so.
There's not a ton of stuff here that we can't find in the grocery store up in Whangarei. What's the total? $9.78.65 New Zealand.
And then they got the hot dogs, same as they got in the US.
So the two big things that they don't have here at this Costco, which we were really hoping for, was Hidden Valley Ranch dressing and Hellman's mayo, because those are things from the US we can't find in the stores, and it's a brand specific thing that's just home to us, so we're just adapting to what we can find.
This is only my second time in Costco, and I already love it.
Costco in New Zealand.
Costco in New Zealand, but still, like, the food is good. Like,
Well, it just tastes like home.
Back on the road, headed back to Whangarei to see our boat.
2.5 hours. back to the rowboat to get us back to the boat with all of our crap.
It feels so big.
Home sweet home. Ooh, she's boaty.
Oh my gosh, it feels so big.
She smells a little boaty. Well, yeah, compared to the van, this is
Oh my god.
this is huge.
What?
All right, we are now taking all that meat and we vacuum seal it as flat as we can in individual serving packets. So at night for dinner, we just take out our serving for meat and we thought just that night. That works best, and that seems to be able to, so we can get the most stuff frozen in our freezers.
That's a big steak.
That's a big one. So that's all flat packed, and most of it honestly went down here, and the rest of it is downstairs in our Dometic. And we actually still have half of one side of the Dometic that we could still put more stuff in. And just like that, we're leaving the boat again and headed a couple hours south to Rotorua, somewhere near Hobbiton.
We are trying to make the most of our last few weeks in New Zealand and utilize our rental car to see some more of the sights on the North Island.
You want to go to Auckland?
All right, today we are headed to the set of Hobbiton. It's actually the Shire where they film the movies, and I'm pretty excited.
This is definitely Dad's activity. Davis and I haven't even seen the movies, but it looks, we attempted to watch the first one, but just not our thing. But it looks cool, so we're excited that Dad gets his day. And I feel like this is the Disney World of New Zealand.
There are tours here every 10 minutes. There's a whole bus of people every 10 minutes, and this thing is sold out. Great. Awesome. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? Yes. Beautiful. Welcome, welcome. My name is Casey. I'm basically Hobbiton's Robbie Williams. Let me entertain you. So the first building you see is the mill house. Then there's the bridge. And that, of course, leads to the world-famous Green Dragon.
The Alexander family farm is a 1,250-acre working sheep and beef farm, and the Shire lies right in the middle of it all.
I told Rob I'm a professional photographer today. I'll get all his private photos.
This path is known as Gandalf's Cutting.
You're late.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins.
When the set was first built in 1999, they used typical set construction methods, and like all films, when shooting was completed, the set was torn down and only the plywood facades of the Hobbit holes were left.
What are you thinking of this?
I mean, it's still cool and I don't know anything. It's cute.
Are you liking it?
It's amazing. It's really cool. It reminds me of being at Disney and being in the backlot tour.
Oh, look at the apples on the tree.
Are they fake?
No.
Are they real?
The apples indeed were real, but during filming, Peter Jackson had the film crew remove all the apples and pears from the trees and replace them with plums so they can resemble the trees as depicted in the book. For the Hobbit trilogy, the sets were built out of permanent construction material so the set could be continually used as a popular tourist destination. Reconstruction process took 2 years to complete, and they increased the number of Hobbit holes for the films.
So they added these 5 Hobbit holes in, and they got a full 7 seconds in the movie.
This house, it is the main house of Hobbiton. It is indeed Bag End, home of Bilbo and Frodo. Frodo's home, you get to see the dwarfs inside, throwing plates around, having a good time. You see Frodo and Gandalf. You see Gandalf hitting his head. You see lots of cool parts and lots of cool scenes. Now, unfortunately, none of that was actually filmed here. That was done in studios in Wellington.
So this is about an hour into the Hobbit tour. We are about halfway done with the tour. It's very cool.
It's cool. I like hearing all the information that he tells you about what happened behind the scenes. That's kind of neat to hear.
There was 111 real birthday candles. So you guys could imagine that it did indeed catch on fire with a big blazing cake standing next to it. Next time you watch it, you don't actually get to see the cake on fire, but you will see some smoke wafting past Bilbo. That is indeed his birthday cake.
And I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve.
And it even smells like you think a Hobbit place would smell. Old and dingy.
It's so real in here. Come here. Come here. Even the waterworks.
I'm sure you weren't supposed to turn that on.
I love that I don't have to duck.
I brought one. I keep feeling like I'm gonna hit my head.
But you're not. You still have room.
I'm not anytime soon.
And you're 6 foot, so.
Okay, so the other waterwork, you think this water works?
Dude, don't try it.
It does. That's what it does.
It is.
This isn't Davis's first pub.
You've been pubbing it since the Bahamas in 2023? A cider? Yep. Thank you. Davis, how's the food? You really enjoyed it. Food's good?
It was very good. So, one of the things about the Hobbit is they have a second breakfast. And they serve a second breakfast. They do the second breakfast tour, which eats in here earlier. But it's all breakfast. We did a tour with the lunch included, so a little bit more hefty meal. I like the lunch. Lunch was awesome.
And where is Rob? Talking to the tour guide, just getting some more information. He absolutely loved this. Even for a person who's never seen The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, this still was a really cool experience. It's beautiful, really well done, and learning all those tidbits of information was really, really cool. So I would come even if you've never seen the movies or are interested. Where are we headed now?
We are headed to a place that Shannon found on Instagram, so we're gonna go see if it lives up to the hype that Instagram.
It's called the Blue Springs, and it just reopened because it was closed.
Blue Springs is one of the purest water sources in the world. Flowing at a rate of 9,240 gallons per minute, it could fill a 6-lane, 25-meter swimming pool in just 12 minutes.
It's really as pretty as it is on Instagram, and it's 70% of New Zealand's bottled water comes from right here. It's really pretty. It's really peaceful. It's like you want to put an inner tube in and just go like Jenny Springs, go tubing down the spring.
Next, we drove to the town of Rotorua, which is a hotbed of geothermal activity that brought in early settlers.
Why is your face covered?
It smells.
What does it smell like here? Can you describe it?
Your dad had a lot of Taco Bell.
This is sulfur. Or actually, it kind of smells like when in the 80s we used to get a perm.
A what?
A
what?
A perm. You'd put these rollers in your hair and they put this toxic solution on your head and your hair would be curly.
Kura Park is a free park that features a lot of geothermal activity.
Ooh, that is that is quite foul.
We have to do this.
Enlighten us.
All right, so if you look at this rock formation here, there's some yellow looking dust on there. That is sulfur. That is coming up from inside of the earth.
And smells.
And it smells, and Davis doesn't like it at all.
It smells like
That is so.
It smells like the toilet after you had a bad stomach.
I'm glad I didn't book a hot springs thermal experience for you.
No kidding, right? So this is Rotorua, New Zealand, and this is a hotbed of thermal activity. And there's a bunch of these all around, and there's a couple of resorts and holiday parks and stuff that actually have hot springs that you can actually go into. And I don't know if we're going to get to do that just because
We're not, because I knew Davis would not.
Well, and we also have limited time here. We only got one more day with the car before we have to bring it back, and there's some other things we'd like to do. But if you are into the hot springs and having fun with thermal activity, come to Rotorua.
Hey, you want to see how much fun we're having with a 13-year-old boy who doesn't want to do something? Just standing there. Holy, I would say holy stink, but oh my gracious.
You can feel the heat coming out the water.
Yeah. Oh God, that was a big one. This is crazy. You can just feel the waves of heat and then cold.
So it says the water is 100 degrees Celsius.
Ooh.
Which is what? It's the boiling point of water.
It's really no worse than when I grew up in Jacksonville. There was a paper mill, and when they were, I guess, processing, it really stunk. So it's really no worse than that. You walk through these air pockets, and some are worse than others.
It takes your breath away.
Woo.
It still smells in the car.
It was getting late, and we needed to go find our hotel.
Possibly a... Woohoo! It's a little strong here.
We just parked. Man.
Shannon wanted to stay here.
No. I was warned that it smelled like sulfur here.
But she didn't warn me before I actually booked the room. Because we could have booked the room over about an hour away on a lake that was probably going to be not like this. But
I didn't realize it was going to be this prevalent consistently.
Oh my God, we're going to need some potpourri or something.
All right, so can I tell you something? So I just found out our hotel has this beautiful view of Lake Rotorua. So it's probably one of the stinkiest places to stay.
Are you serious? Thank you, Mom.
I really had no clue when we booked the hotel. But
Really?
this, hold on, slow down.
Really? No, don't open the window.
So this is Sulphur Point. If you do plan on staying here in Rotorua overnight, I would look at a map and I would try to stay as far away from the lake as you possibly can, because otherwise that sulfur smell permeates everything. This morning we are here at the Redwoods, and we're gonna walk through the forest this morning, and then we're gonna come back tonight and we're gonna walk on the bridges and see the lanterns, see it all lit up at night.
What is drifting, tipping, or nuki? It says that there's due to increased CCTV lighting and CCTV footage that prohibited those actions. Well, I guess there's people parking here and doing things they shouldn't be doing.
Oh, I didn't even think in that direction. So have you ever seen Redwoods?
No.
I've never seen Redwoods. You've never seen Redwoods? What's our first Redwood?
Redwoods are like up in like Northern California.
So we are walking, you can walk in the forest, and there's a bunch of trails and bike trails for free. And then we're gonna come back tonight and do the paid night lights tour of the, what do they call those? Bridges?
I guess up in the sky. These trees are tall. Just to give you an idea. And they just keep going.
It has to be like 100 feet.
And it smells amazing in here. We're getting ready to do the nighttime Redwood tree walk. I have been so looking forward to this one. And it's the night that we have a blood moon. It's a full moon, it's a blood moon, and an eclipse.
That's cool.
It's a big night.
Yeah, where we traveling from? Florida. Oh, nice. Off the window.
Nothing to look at.
There's nothing to look at. What do you mean?
You have a light in my face and I can't see. I think we only have like 10 left to go because there's 26 in total. No, wait.
Hey babe, is this fun?
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. So what'd you think of that?
Good. That was it?
It's a beautifully unique experience. This is my first Redwoods I've ever seen, and yours.
I think the daytime experience
Would be much different.
Be much different. I think you can probably learn a lot more and see a good bit more of the trees themselves. But the lights were pretty cool.
Look at that. Look at this.
Our touring was over and we headed back to the boat so that we could get hauled out early the next morning.
And home sweet home once again. All right, so after Costco, we spent $500 there, and then we're provisioning what we can get at Pack and Save for our canned goods, snacks, pasta, rice, sugar. Yes, Mama found some Diet Coke. The good thing about the marina being right across the street is we can just roll our carts over to the marina and then take them back.
Can't bring up the dock.
As long as we don't get hit.